Okay, so we're going to go over a demo that kind of shows you how to do a logo design in Canva. This is the Canva logo design demo video. So let's go ahead and just get on our browser and go to canva.com. I'm already logged in. Oh, maybe I'm not. But you will have to get logged in. I'm logged in through my Gmail, but you can use whatever form is appropriate for you. Okay, so I'm logged in now to Canva. I just had to sign into my Google account so that it would recognize me. Let me open this up a little bit. Okay, so let's create a new design. We can actually no, let's go to search. Let's search for a logo template up here in the search area. Canva templates, there's 20,000. We can see a bunch of them here. Some of them are pro, and go ahead and activate your pro if you have not activated Canva Pro. There should be a 30-day free trial that you can start. It will ask for your payment information, so you'll have to enter that in, like a credit card that you want to use to pay for it. But you won't have to pay for the first month, and then after that you'll pay, I believe, around $14 or $15 a month, something like that. No more than that for now. They're always changing it, but it's about that much. So some of these you can see are pro. If you hover over them and they don't have that icon there, then they are free. Let's go ahead and go with Logo by Designs for Makers. Let's get on that one. We can customize the template to create our logo designs. This is okay. It doesn't always work super well. So go ahead and put MW in there. I'm going to bring the size down on this. I'm going to actually enter it in with my keyboard. I'm going to put in 150 and push return. It's still too big, but we can continue to bring it down in size. Let's go ahead and just put 100 and then return. That's a little bit better. Okay. So let's move this down. And you can see that they actually have a white shape here, I believe. This text box is kind of wide, so let's go ahead and just make it a little bit more narrow. I'm actually going to grab this text box. I can size these up a little bit more than 100. Seems like 138 isn't too bad. The spacing here, let's go ahead and adjust the letter spacing to make it tighter. I just want to go with 0, kind of neutral. And then there is a white box here. Let's just make this thinner so we can see the MW a little bit better. And then we can enter in Mary Ward Design. Let's make this text box wider, I guess. We want to get that. So you can see we did customize this template. I'm going to make this even bigger so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So we were able to customize this. We could change this also, but let's just delete this page and just keep this. It's okay to do this. It's not super awesome. It's, there are some issues with this. You can't get the customization that you might want. So let's go ahead and make an icon from scratch in Canva. You'll have to go into Canvas, and go into week 2 and find the Canva logo design demo file. Click on that and download it. The file that you download will be a JPEG. So this looks like an AI, but I'm going to change that to a JPEG. Okay, so the file that we downloaded, let me just close up some of these windows. What's going on here? So the file that we downloaded is, I'm going to show this in Finder. It's a PNG file, not a JPEG. It's just a sketch of a logo design that I did in my sketchbook. So we can build this from scratch in Canva, which is what we will do next. So go into Canva. Let's go into Uploads and Upload File. We're going to bring in that sketch. open that. I could click on it. It's still loading technically, but you can click on it. Okay, so we're going to create this. So this is how we do it from scratch. So let's grab the text tool. And let's see. Sorry, I just needed to check something there. Okay. So let's bring in a subheading. I like to just click on subheading. Put an M, and then highlight that. And then search for fonts. We're in font right now. I clicked up here. Look up Montserrat right here. This is a great font because look at all the different widths. Let's go with extra bold, or maybe black actually. We'll size this up to roughly the size of our sketch. And then let's just click on this, Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V, as in Victor on a Windows. Okay, let's make a W in there instead. It's the same size, the same font. It's just a quicker way of doing it. Just copy paste that text box and make it a W. So we made the M a W. Let's line these up kind of like how we have it in the sketch. Something like this. If I zoom in, you can see that that lined up pretty nicely. Okay, I want to maybe make it a little bit closer. I don't want the W to be overlapping like that, but I want it maybe more like this. So you can see there's some problems with this though, because we have the M shape still. So we could bring in elements. So go to elements in the left hand, go to shapes, go ahead and push see all. You can see all the shapes here. Let's bring in a triangle. This one works pretty well. Make it white by clicking on this here and going to white. There's also a white swatch here. Let's go to position. You can find that here. Layers, and then we can move this on top of everything. And we just want to get rid of, let's move this off to the side for temporary. We just want to get rid of that, the M leg, the leg on the M, I guess is what I meant to say. Gotta rotate it here with this little rotate button. Just want to get that in there to where it's looking pretty good. Maybe it needs to come down a little bit. That looks pretty good. That's pretty close to what we have here in our sketch, so that's great. I'm going to size this down so it's not so much in the way anymore. Just as a reference image. Okay, and then let's go back into elements. We want to go into shapes, see all, and we want to bring in a circle next. We can change the color to black if it isn't black already. Size it down. We're going to put 3 of these in there, so we're going to move this. Command C, Command V, Command C, Command V. I'm going to line it up with the bottom of this W as best I can. We might need to zoom in, Command plus or Control plus. If you have a Windows machine, just use Control instead of Command. So if we go to spacing up here, actually that's not the right way. Position, range, we can space evenly vertically so that we get even spaces between the circles. So that was under position. I have them all selected at the same time too, so push Shift and click on all 3, holding down Shift to get all 3 selected at the same time. Then go to position, arrange. We were in layers, but we want to go to arrange and then space evenly vertically. I've already done it, so it's grayed out, but it will create a nice space between all 3 of these circles that we have selected. So that's basically kind of the icon that we'll use. We can use this as our secondary logo, but we're going to create the primary logo design to start with. So we need to work with some text again. Bring in a couple subheading boxes. We're going to position these underneath. We can put Mary Award in here. I'm not going to use this font. Let's go ahead and highlight that and just back out of Montserrat and clear your search history so that you can find what you're looking for. We kind of want a handwriting type font, so you can actually click on that. Just try a few. Some of them are better than others. This one's not bad. So this one's called the Break Script. Go ahead and just size this up to be around the same width. I don't like how wobbly it is, but that's okay. It's fine for this type of demo. Type in design all caps And then let's go back to the fonts and back out of handwriting. Maybe corporate. Canva Sans is corporate. We could go with bold. And then we could go to the spacing. Let's just make the letter spacing really wide on this, maybe 480 or around that. And then we can size it up by grabbing the corners and sizing from the corners to be roughly the same width as the icon and the text above it. We're trying to get everything the same width, basically. That's kind of how this is. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to delete this. Actually, let's just put that off to the side. Just keep it up there in the corner. Let's grab this all. We can group it together if we wanted to. Let's just make sure that's looking pretty good. That looks okay. So there's some issues with this. Actually, let's go ahead and delete this. There are some issues with this because if we put this logo on a different color background, so like maybe I have this type of color background. I just have this already in here, but you'll see that that white, this triangle is always going to show up. So that's kind of clunky. We can fix that though. So I'm going to show you a quick workaround how to fix that so that we can still use this custom design that we made in Canva. So you could let's go ahead and just file, download. You can also go to the share button and go to download. But I'm going to go to file, download. Let's make it a, PNG file is good. Let's make it a larger size though. You'll have to have Canva Pro for that. And then transparent background does need to be checked. And then we want to go to all pages, drop down here, open that up. I'm going to uncheck that and just go to page 2. I only want to download page 2 as a larger sized PNG file with a transparent background. So go ahead and push done and then download. That will go into your downloads folder as a PNG file. And then we can trace this in Illustrator, which I'm not going to show you how to do that. If you took my 231 class, you probably know how to trace in Illustrator. So if you have access to Illustrator, you can trace it using Illustrator. But we can also trace it with the Tracer app in Canva, which is a little easier than using Illustrator, especially for those that have not used Illustrator before. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Apps, look up the word vector, push return. So I'm in the apps area here, or wait, here. We're going to go to Tracer, which I already have mine installed, but we can choose our file. We're going to choose that downloaded PNG file that we just downloaded. We're going to black and white, output mode to black and white, trace image. So go ahead and follow these steps. Add a page to your document also. This is where we're going to put the traced logo once this is done tracing. And then we can change the color and stuff, which I might have to pause the video because I can only do 15 minutes at a time. Okay, no, that's good. That looks okay. There's an issue there with mine currently. Maybe if I just adjust the threshold, that might help the problem that I'm having there with the jagged edge. Of course, that takes more time. So that did not help so I backed back down. Let's add it to the design, even if it has a problem with it. We probably could fix that if we needed to by re-downloading it, maybe lining it up different, maybe downloading it as a JPEG instead of a PNG, but we're not going to do that for now. So we do have this downloaded. We can now change the colors of this to whatever we wish. So if you have your brand colors in here, which we will eventually add those, you can change the logo design to the color that you're wanting. I'm going to leave it black for now, but it is possible to trace with the Tracer app in Canva. And that makes it kind of nice because you can make a black version, a white version very easily here, and then you can add your logo colors here too. So I'm going to show you some more stuff in the next video.